Welcome in everyone to another episode of Around the Rim. I'm Aaron Pryor. This week we're going to spend a little bit of time in the Sooner State and particularly looking at two players that have really helped their teams now that we're in the stretch run of the conference slate. Ana Yunusa's season probably didn't start the way she wanted. The sophomore had foot surgery just days after the season began for Oklahoma, but has come on strong since the start of conference play. The Choctaw, Oklahoma native tied a career high with 33 points against K-State last week and had a game-high 21 in a win against KU on Wednesday night. The Sooners have no doubt received a big boost from Yunusa since her return. She's 7th in the league in scoring during conference play and 8th in steals per game. With as much scoring as Ana has done recently, it was actually her defense that was a major emphasis for her this past offseason.
I love offense, I love scoring the ball, and so my main focus over the summer was developing my defense and falling in love with it, and so I think we'll see a lot of that this year.
The Sooners' leading scorer is freshman Taylor Robertson, whose lights-out shooting ability has been on display all season. Freshman Maddie Williams is 6th in the entire Big 12 in rebounding. All of that's to say, the record isn't where OU would want to be this year, but head coach Sherry Cole knew coming into this season that it was a unique situation with a lot of teaching and learning to be done for this year and for the future.
It's actually really fun. I love teaching, and these guys are excited about learning, so it's a great partnership right now, and we're just learning about all the ins and outs of how to play this game, and they're skilled. I've got a great variety of talent in that group of young guys who are figuring things out. And so it's just laying the base underneath all that talent and giving it freedom to roam.
OU will travel to Waco to take on #1 Baylor at 7 p.m. on Fox Sports Southwest Plus this Saturday night. The Bears are a perfect 12-0 in conference play and could wrap up its 9th straight Big 12 title as early as next week. Forward Lauren Cox was recently named a top 10 finalist for the Katrina McLean Award given to the nation's top forward. Cox is averaging better than 12 points a game and pulls down 7.6 rebounds per contest. You don't have to scroll down the points per game leaderboard in the Big 12 for very long to find Vivian Gray. The 6'1 sophomore is 2nd in the league at 19.1 a game and is making a real case for the Big 12 Newcomer of the Year award. Entering this season, OSU knew that gone were the days of Mandy Coleman and Kaylee Jensen, two reliable senior centers for the Cowgirls. But in came Vivian Gray, a transfer from Fort Lewis College in Durango, Colorado. In her last 4 games, Gray is averaging 22.5 points per game and scored a career-high 33 in a Bedlam win just over a week ago. In fact, in Oklahoma State's 4 conference wins this year, the Argyle, Texas native has scored 27, 26, 23, and 33 points respectively, and has scored 20 or more points in 12 games this season. The Cowgirls will take on an Iowa State team that looked to get back on track after falling to TCU earlier this week. This game will feature the league's top 2 scorers in Gray and Bridget Carlton, who's averaging 21.2 points per game and 8.5 rebounds per game. With only 2 more full weeks left in the season, this weekend's games are extremely important in determining the seeding for the 2019 Phillips 66 Big 12 Women's Basketball Championship. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for another edition of Around the Rim. For the Big 12 Conference, I'm Aaron Pryor.